second around. They tied the franchise record for the amount of wins in a win streak in 2026. The 2026 Boston Red Sox did that. I mean, am I upset that they weren't able to extend it to 16 games and break the franchise record? Yeah, because God only knows when this is going to happen again. I mean, this is a record that was set 80 years ago. But there's a part of me that's kind of relieved for them. They were playing that last game like they were playing not to lose rather than playing to win. And I feel like no longer having this pressure of continuing the streak might be good for them. And I'm very excited to see what they do from here because this is an entirely different team. I mean, they finally have an identity they've been lacking all year. They have a culture they've been lacking all year. It came out that after the game, Tracy went to go talk to the guys, and Gutierrez and Gray were already doing it. That's a culture that was not here to start the year. And I am just so proud of them. I mean, who would have thought they'd have a turnaround like this? I mean, if you follow me, you know that there was always a delusional part of me that thought they could go on a run like this. But I just thought that was me being delusional. But, you know, sometimes the delusions come to life. You could say I manifested it if you really want to. But I mean, to win 15 out of the last 16 games, 20 out of the last 23, to now be above 500 for the first time since game 1 of the season, in possession of the third wild card spot. I believe they're 4.5 games back of the Yankees and 7 back of the division. And they all sound like they have their mindset on winning the division. And I feel like you just see these quotes come out and you see the postgame, you see the camaraderie this team has and how excited they get for each other. It is just completely different than what it was to start the year. And I'm just very excited to see what they do from here because that's what matters. I mean, I believe they're playing the rest of the way they're playing teams that have a combined record under 500. And if they continue to just stack up series wins, I mean, this should be fun. This should be fun. So I thought I'd put together this little video. If you don't follow me and this is your first time ever seeing me, hi, I'm Sarah and I make recaps after every single Red Sox game. So I put all my recaps from this win streak into one video. So if you ever want to relive the streak, you can and it'll be fun. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. I really don't want to be negative. I really don't. I'm sick of complaining. I'm sick of being disappointed. I'm sick of all of it. And I'm an empath, so that's probably stems from that because I feel other people's emotions probably more than my own. And this market is just so negative, and the world is just so negative. Totally just didn't have his best stuff. When you're facing a lineup like the Nationals that are one of the best in the league against left-handed pitching, if you don't have your best stuff, it's not going to end well. And that's exactly what happened. There's no doubt in my mind he can come back for this. His ERA is above 3 now, which kind of sucks, but I mean, it happens, and it does kind of suck that he had this outing immediately after Conley Early went down early with an injury, so, I mean, Conley Early went down early, that's kind of funny, but it's not. And then the bullpen, I don't know, like, why can't we just pitch good? Like, why can't we just do our jobs? I don't know, they had just as many strikeouts as they did walks. I mean, I don't know, and then the offense just sucked again, That's what happened. Yeah, that was this game. There was one good thing, though, that I really did like that did bring me some joy, and it came in the top of the 9th inning. And it was Nate Eaton having a 96-mile-an-hour throw from left field to home. Great tag by Connor Wong there, too. Put Eaton on the mound. When it is a blowout, put Nate Eaton on the mound, or put Anthony Siegler, because he can throw from both sides. Give me some entertainment. Make it entertaining. Make it fun. Because you're not going to win the game. You're not going to win the game. You've never come back from trailing by more than 3 runs, so I don't know why you think you're going to come back trailing by 8. Connor Wong had a multi-hit game, so that was pretty lit. But off day tomorrow, probably best for my mental health, so. 12:30 a.m. Sox win in the middle of a heat wave. I don't have AC. This was a blessing for me. Oh, this game was so good. Scoring was starting at the top of the second. You had Wilmy Gonzalez with a triple. Probably should have been an inside the park home run, but he runs like he's about to pull a hammy. So he would be brought home, though. Jaron Duran would bring him home with a sac fly. Then in the 3rd inning, Wilmy Gonzalez would be up with the bases loaded. Give me a 2 RBI single. Oh, we're scoring with wrist. What a blessing. Make that 3-0 Sox. Then Duran would bunt and be rewarded. He would reach second off of an error. He would not be brought home, though, because those bottom 2 of the order are just not going to do that. Before the game, I saw fireworks. It was a lot of fun. I put in my story, watching fireworks so the Sox will hit some bombs. And Durbin did just that. Caleb Durbin, oh my God, can't be stopped. Cannot be stopped. Offensively, defensively, he's giving you everything. I'm proud to say I was a believer since the beginning. And Jake Bennett, oh my God, Jake Bennett. He threw 7 innings of 2-hit shutout ball. Got into the 8th innings, never touched him down in the 8th inning in a major league game, and just started to fall apart a little bit. But God, I'm just loving the Jake Bennett experience. Garrett Whitlock would get his final out. Then Aroldis Chapman would come in and break the all-time strikeout record for relievers, making literal humongous history. And then he would smile. I've never seen him smile while pitching before, and then he'd give up 2 straight base hits. Now I'm shaking in my boots. But then it'd be a double play, and the Sox would win. What a difference offensively than what we've been seeing these past 2 games. It was a blessing. I mean, Roman Gonzalez 3-hit game. If he can get hot, that'd be huge. I feel like it's another day, another Durbin bomb. What a performance from Bennett. Rolled a shot making history. Why can't we just play like this every game? It can't be that hard. Another 12:30 a.m. win in on Chad Tracy's birthday. What a fun one that was. Anthony Siegler would lead this game off with a walk. Then Abreu would work a walk. Then my all-star Wilson Contreras would hit a 421-foot 3-run home run to make it 3-0 with his 19th homer of the year. And you're going to tell me he's not an all-star? All right. Josh Lowe would then hit a home run in the second, then the next 2 would get on, and then Gray would strike out the next 2. And you're going to tell me this guy isn't an all-star with his 2.61 ERA? All right. Then in the 5th, Siegler would lead off with a double, St. Don would have a walk, and then Willier Abreu would have a deep double that would score 2 because of some heads-up base running and some speed. Then be 2 straight outs. But that first pitch swinging, Romy Gonzalez with his first home run of the year. Get hot, Romy. Let's go back to Sonny Gray, though, because it was 6 innings, 70 pitches, 7 strikeouts, and 1 run that was off that home run. He is just so fun to watch pitch. I love the spin he has on the ball. The sweeper is insane. How is he not an all-star? I don't know. Then in the 8th inning, Andrew Monasterio would lead off with a hit. Connor Wong would then have a hit. And then Cedar Rafael would make a 32 at-bat RBI jump to drive in another run. Funny enough, everyone in the lineup today reached but Caleb Durbin. Duran did not have a hit, though. He did reach off 2 walks and did steal 2 bags. The offense scored 8 runs off of 7 hits. They were not chasing as much as they have been the past 3 games, and that was great to see. Pitching did its thing. Angels did not have a hit the last 4 innings of the game. Can you sweep tomorrow, please? It's not that hard. Red Sox complete the midnight sweep, and it was more than worth ruining my sleep schedule to watch all these games. To start this game, though, the top of the order would strike out in order against a pitcher who had an 18 ERA in the first inning. Then the bottom of the first inning, it would be basically a circus show. Anyways, it wouldn't matter, though, because then the second inning, Moss would have a single, and then Jarren Duran with his first home run since June 16th. He was more than due for a big hit. He would tie the game up. But then the Angels would immediately take the lead back. But then again, it wouldn't matter because in the 3rd, Chang would have a bunt single. Abreu would thankfully reach off an error because then Wilson Contreras, 446 feet, 112 miles an hour off the bat, his 20th home run of the year to become the 15th Red Sox player in history to have 20 home runs in 86 games with the club. But then, as you know, we can't have too much happiness or nice things. Andrew Suarez would get hurt. He'd hurt his groin. You actually can't be hurt. Like, you can't. You can't. Let's talk about happy things, though, because Siegler would lead off the 7th with a single. Then St. Don would have a single. Then Abreu would score Siegler with a sac fly. And then Masataka Yoshida would have his third hit of the game to bring in another run. Then the bases would be loaded, but Narvaez doesn't like doing the RBI thing, so nobody would be brought home. Weiss changed his arm angle and is now a new man. Guerrero is a joy to watch. Whitlock did his thing. Slayton gave up a run. Chapman gave up a home run. Didn't know we can do that, but got the save, and that is what matters. This team is now 8-2 in their last 10 games. Duran had a great series in my eyes, despite his only 2 hits coming in this game. Chang had the first multi-hit game of his career. Masataka Yoshida, hello, where have you been? I just fear what Wilson Contreras' suspension is going to be, though, because this team without his bat and his defense is scary. It's 1. I have to get up before 8. 4 games out of a playoff spot. Good night. Game 1 of the Battle of the Sox, and the Red Ones would come out on top to advance to 9-2 in their last 11 games. They start this game off loading the bases, scoring nobody. I'm like, oh, we're going back to our old ways. Okay. No. In the second inning, Andrew Monasterio would launch a sweeper down and in. Are you kidding me? He'd hit a home run. And then Connor Wong would extend a 7-game hit streak. And then Cedar Rafael would launch a sweeper himself to end an 86 at-bat RBI drought and hit his 8th of the year. Then the 4th inning, Duran would have a double. Monasterio would have a walk. And then Connor Wong would pick up an RBI. The bunt king, they are calling him. Then you'd have a classic moment of the 2026 Boston Red Sox. Monasterio and Wong would be in a rundown, and only Wong would make it out safely. Then they would have the chance to blow up Jordan Hicks for the amount of trauma he has given us, but no, they'd go 1-2-3. Where was that pitching when he was pitching for us? Peyton Tolley. Oh my God. Peyton Tolley. What a bounce back start against a top 10 offense in the league. it's just always a joy watching him pitch. You can never be sad and watch painfully pitch. It's just impossible. Just get Danny Coulomb out of here, please. There's so many better options down in the woo. Thank God Justin Slayton decided to lock in, though. It's great to watch him finally thrive. Then in the ninth, we had a Wong walk and a Bray 2-out walk. And then I've never seen an umpire change his mind like this on a foul ball, but it would work out in WC40's favor. A 2 RBI double. And then Romy Gonzalez, the first base umpire, would lag, making this call to bring home Contreras. And then Jaron Duran would bring home Romy with an RBI single. The Sox are now 7 games under 500, 4th in the AL East, and 4 games out of a playoff spot. They did this against a White Sox team that is really good at home. The longest win streak they've had this year is 4. Please extend it to 5 tomorrow. Chad Tracy just shared with the media that Anthony Seigler and Wilson Contreras are both doing better, so we can be happy in this recap. The Boston Red Sox just broke the White Sox 10 consecutive home series win streak and just won back-to-back series. Who is this team? Oh my God. Let's get to this game. In the 3rd inning, Duran would have a walk. We'd have some small ball action to move him to 2nd. And then Chang with a beauty of an RBI single to make it 1-0. And then Seigler would have a walk before tragedy. And then Cesar Rafael, who should be an all-star because basically the entire American League outfield is hurt, would make it 2-0. This guy is the 6th most valuable outfielder in baseball right now. And then we'd have 2 tragedies and 1 damn at-bat. Wilson Contreras, foul ball right to the butt. And then Anthony Seigler would have a scary collision with Kyle Chill. He'd score a run, though. He'd make it 3-0. He'd make it 3-0.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Anyways, in the 4th inning, the Sox offense would come back alive. Massa would have a leadoff single. Durbin would have a single. And then Carlos Narvaez would get his 6th RBI of the year. Who knew he could do it? Look at Massa's running for him. It's impeccable. Inspirational, honestly. And Chang with another RBI single. That is my shortstop. Jake Bennett. Oh my God, he is just so fun to watch pitch. And I love this tweet too because 1, to see him compared to John Lester, and 2, it really made me realize he only has 8 walks this year, and he did this outing with ease against the top 10 offense. Just phenomenal. I could watch Caleb Durbin defensive highlights all day and never get bored. Great to see him come out of his little slump. Chang was great, bullpen was great. Chad Tracy now has a winning record again. And the Sox, for the 2nd time this year, win back-to-back series. Patrick Sandoval bump day tomorrow. Let's sweep. MLB leading 6-game win streak, and the Red Sox sweep the 1st place in the AL Central White Sox to be 11-2 since June 25th, which is the best record in the MLB since that date. Starting this game off, Connor Wong would extend an 8-game hit streak. He would be stranded, but I still want to give him his moment. In the 4th inning is where we had some action. Romy would have a walk, and then Caleb Durbin believers rise, because he would have his 8th home run in 36 games. He went into a little slump, and people were talking regression. I'm not seeing one. In the 5th inning, Sandoval would let a single go, getting out. Then let a walk go. He gets pulled. Guerrero comes in, and just an unfortunate check swing, little infield single by, of course, Andrew Benintendi to make it a 1-1 ball game. But you didn't know Guerrero was logging in after that. He would have a 102-mile-an-hour strikeout. Just so good. Let's go back to Patrick Sandoval, though, because for a guy like him who hasn't pitched in the majors in 2 years, to come out and have a start like this with a pitch limit, he was as cool as a cucumber, and it was just so good to watch. Loved it. Then the Sox continued to just make Hicks look like this insanely great pitcher. I don't know, I want him to get blown up so bad. Anyways, we'd have a Whitlock masterclass in the 7th. And in the 8th, a phenomenal catch by Jaron Duran, running 94 feet to catch us to prevent a runner from getting on, because we all know Justin Slayton, when runner's on, it's a little shaky. And he'd go 1, 2, 3 after that. Then in the 9th inning, oh my God, Cesar Rafael, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The timing, the sprint speed, all that. We take this outfield for granted, my God. Offense barely did anything, but they did enough because the pitching and the defense was locked in. This is what we were sold this offseason. Games like this, wins like this. I'm feeling a turning point. They don't even have their best players right now. But I feel like the guys that are out there are the guys who are hungry for it. And I love it. The Red Sox have finally made it to Citi Field. Oh my God, it's 5:05. First pitch is at 7:10. Yeah. This is either going to be the worst loss of the season or the best one of the season. I don't see anything in between. We're probably going to see some very rough swings. Sonny did not fly ahead, so love that. I just don't understand how there was not another plane. This is a $1 billion team. This is playing for a $1 billion company. You're telling me they couldn't get another plane? And they had to wait till 3 o'clock today to fly out? I just don't understand how that works. But yeah, this should be fun. On Apple TV too, of course, so That's gonna be even more fun. Game and a half out of a playoff spot, 7-game win streak, no plain adversity. It's hurting them, it's only fueling them. Okay, they were scoring the first inning. Who needs a warm-up? Anthony Seager would reach because Juan Soto would be afraid of him and drop a fly ball. Sack bunt moves him to second. Abreu walks. And then Masataka Yoshida with a beauty of a double to make it 2-0, stuck right in front of the tarp. Oh, it's perfect. Then in the third, the Mets would have a single, a little walk, then a sack fly, put them on the board. But then in the 7th, we'd have a Chang bunt single, and then Anthony Seager to 1 home run. Ah! Oh my God. He'd make it 4-1. You already know I stood up and I applauded, so. Then Sonny Gray, I won't lie, I was kind of nervous when he was on the same flight as the rest of the team. He didn't fly in early, just knowing how pitchers are on start days. But he just went out there and did his thing. No plain adversity is stopping him. It's a 2.54 ERA on the year and 95 2/3 innings pitched. And you're going to sit here and tell me this man is not an all-star? He's only the 3rd pitcher in Red Sox history to have 1 loss after 17 starts with the club. Okay, yeah, sure. In the 8th, Whitlock would be in a situation with runners on the corners and no outs, but the outfield the Red Sox have would be too scary, and he'd get out of it cleanly. Then the 9th inning, Sox would come alive, Cedon would have a walk, and then Wilyer Abreu with his 50th career home run, left on left. He's just a god this year. He saw Rob left. It was like somebody needs to fill that role. 6-1. Then they would load the bases, Carter Wong up, and he would not hit a grand slam. It's coming though. Greg Weiser would give up a home run in the bottom of the 9th. Whatever. It's 7 in a row. It's a game and a half out of a playoff spot. It is 4 games under 500. No longer 14. It's 4. 3rd in the AL East. I could cry. Make that 8 in a row. 3 games under 500, 13-2 in the last 15, and half a game out of a playoff spot. But to start this game, Peralta would strike out the side, and then the 2nd inning, the Sox would load the bases and do nothing. I was like, oh, okay. But then the 4th inning, Durbin would lead off with the walk, and then Audrey Montesero, filling in for Wilson Contreras at first base, would have a big swing just like he would, and make it 2-0. The 2 former Brewers going off against a former Brewer. You love it. Make that 7 shutout innings since Rivera made his MLB debut. I don't think anybody expected him to go out there and pitch as long as he did, but it was amazing. That 1 hit he gave up was his last pitch of the day after a 10-pitch at-bat. Give him a roll in the bullpen, please. Sox would load the bases again in the 5th and again do nothing. Andre Montesero would lead off the 6th with a triple, and he'd be stranded. And then the bottom of the 7th, Moran walks a guy after pitching an inning and 2/3. Slayton comes in. 2nd pitch, Slayton throws. Oh, it becomes a single. Then he walks Bichette. Now he's got a guy in a 2-2 count with 2 outs, bases loaded. And he would strike him out. Oh my God, he almost gave me a heart attack. But that was so cool. I won't lie. In the 8th, it'd be a Durbin leadoff single. And then Masataka Yoshida with his 3rd home run of the year after spending basically all of this year just hitting into weak groundouts. It's a 7-game hit streak. Then we were all forced into watching Danny Coulomb. Thankfully, the defense made it tolerable. Oh my God! The Red Sox just Danny Coulomb. Oh my God, look at this. Wait, live reaction. No way. Oh my God. Oh, it just went away. I could cry. Anyways, back to this game. I mean, they won this game off 2 big swings and pitching. Early in the year, it was just pitching doing its job, and now the offenses decided to join in on the fun. And it's so good to see. The last time they started a road trip 8-0 was in 1977. They have a chance to make it 9-0 tomorrow and sweep their 3rd series in a row. How do you win that game? It's 9 in a row. It is 2 games under 500. To start this game, Tully would give up a leadoff double, and then an RBI double would put the Mets up 1-0, having the Sox trailing for the first time since last Sunday. I was like, oh, okay. Great day for Peyton Tully. 3 2/3, 7 strikeouts, can't really complain. I like the idea of having him do a shorter start leading up to the break, give him a little extra rest, considering he is almost at the amount of innings he pitched last year. Then Francisco Lindor would hit a home run off Brian Bayo, but that'd be the only bad thing Bayo would do. Oh my God, it was beautiful. It was beautiful watching him pitch like this again. Oh my God, I missed it. I missed it so much. The movement on his pitches, he was absolutely dominant. He looked as cool as a cucumber out there on the mound. It was beautiful. And I'm like, oh, now they're going to lose this game after Tully and Bayo looked great. Love it. But no, that's not what happened in the 9th inning. Cedon would lead off with the hit. Shout out Francisco Lindor. Oh my God, he would fail a double play. The Sox would get running on 1st and 2nd with 1 out. Then they would load the bases. Then you have Montesero working a walk to make it a 1-run game. And Jared Duran would have an RBI single to tie it up. Oh my God. Then we go into extras. Okay, you have Mosso, the ghost runner, on 2nd. Small ball Sox action. Moves into 3rd. And I guess Gaston would drive in the winning run. Anthony Ziegler. It's poetic. And shout out Garrett Whitlock for finishing the job. I don't understand how they won this game. They had 4 hits. They sucked all 8 innings, minus the 9th and 10th inning. I don't know. I don't get it. I get it's against the Mets, but still, this team was not doing it if this was in June. If this happened like beginning of June, they were not winning a game like this. Enjoy your All-Star break, everybody. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with not being able to watch this team, but wow. Oh, a ground ball! It's a 9-game win streak! Oh my god. Oh my god. Nothing's stopping this team. They had 4 hits! They had 4 hits! Nothing's stopping this team. It's a 9-game win streak. It's 2 games under 500 going into the break. What even is an All-Star break? It's 10 wins in a row and 10 runs.
That's beautiful baseball right there, baby. Things are heating up in mid-July for the Red Sox yet again.
Let's recap it. Bottom of the second, Derby would lead off with a single. Massa would then have a double. Duran would have an RBI sac fly to get the scoring started. And then Carlos Narvaez with his 6th RBI of the year to make it 2-0.
And we get into the 4th, and Masataka Yoshida off the first pitch just sneaks a solo 328-foot home run right around the pesky pole. And you know what? I just love residing in the state of Massachusetts. Massa supremacy, baby.
Hell yeah. Bottom of the 6th, they would load the bases. Then Jared Duran with a 2 RBI single, just racking up the RBIs today to make it 5-0. Then we had back-to-back bunt singles. These small ball Sox are alive and well. But then my goat would ground into a double play.
But we don't need to talk about that because you know what? Sadon, our king, our all-star, comes up, makes it 6-0. And then you know what else happens? Then Abreu gets intentionally walked.
They're scared of him.
They're getting scared of him. But then you know who else they should have been scared of? Caleb Durbin. Because then Caleb Durbin goes and gets some more babies at home. I love it.
We talk about Jake Bennett. It was 6 innings of 1 hit ball on 65 pitches. I need you to look at this tweet right here that's on the screen. I'm sorry, what?
What are you saying right now? It's gorgeous. It's stunning.
Then in the 7th, Carlos Narvaez would make a 96 at-bat home run drought. Are you kidding me?
He went from 6 to 9 RBIs in a single game.
Then you had Gamboa picking up a save after 3 great innings of pitching. I mean, every single person in the lineup had a hit today. It's beautiful. I mean, it really is just beautiful. And this is the first time in franchise history where they had a 10-0 stretch, scored over 50 runs, and allowed fewer than 15 runs. Last team to do that in MLB history, it was a World Series winning team. Coincidence?
I think not.
So now they get Contreras back. Their bullpen didn't even pitch because Gamboa, he was just the extra guy that was called up for the doubleheader. So they have a chance to be 500 at the end of today. An 11-game win streak, too.
Damn.
11 11-game win streak. I feel like I was just sitting here saying 11 games under 500. 11 whole games under 500. And now they're 500 and in a playoff spot. They have an MLB season-high 11-game win streak in the first 11-game win streak for the club since 2016. Let's get into the recap, shall we? Okay, because Eduardo Rivera would get 2 quick outs, and then he'd load the bases. And then it'd be a 2 RBI single. But this is a different team, okay? Because we go into the bottom of the first. Oh, Sadon gets home with a double. And then Willier Abreu would have a 2-run home run for his 12th home run of the year to tie it right back up. And then welcome back my king, Wilson Contreras. He would have a home run immediately after Abreu would. And they would take the lead. Then Junior Caminero would hit a home run to tie it up. But that would not matter again because Willie Abreu would have another home run. Yes, make that 13 on the year now. A multi-home run game for him. Then later on in the game, Chang would work a walk. And then Anthony Siegler would almost have a home run, but instead he have an RBI double to put another run on the board. Gotta take a moment to shout out pitching though, because this is also what won them the game. The bullpen. Oh my God, Greg Weiser got a credit of the win. Chapman got a save. I mean, Eduardo Rivera was the only pitcher to really not go out there and play good baseball, but it's all right because the bullpen had his back, the offense had his back, and they would have won like this and be able to back up a pitcher after, giving up 2 in the first. If this was in May, if this was in April, if this was even in early June, this team has finally found an identity, and it is just so fun to watch. This is what I've been waiting for. I honestly have no words, and I'm also extremely tired, and I spent all day at Fanatics Fest, and I want to go to bed, but this team, man. This team! Welcome to Boston! He's gonna be a lefty killer! 12 in a row for the first time since 2006, a game above 500 for the first time since game 1 of the season, and they came back from a 3-run deficit for the first time this year. Oh my god. I'm sorry this recap is coming out so late. I ended up at WWE. I don't really know what my life is, okay? Anyways, into this recap, because what a game that was. Oh my god. I would start off rough, though. Top of the second to be a leadoff double. Then an RBI single. Then 2 quick outs. Oh, but it's another RBI single. Rays go up 2-0. But then the bottom of the second, 2 quick outs for the Sox. Montecero would work walk, and then Jahmai Jones' second at-bat in a Red Sox uniform would launch his 3rd home run of the year. I was watching this game with Derek Whitelever. We're obviously screaming, hooting, and hollering, and the New York Borough put the game on the TV for us. Shout out Nesson in New York. Then in the 3rd, 2 quick outs again, and then Willie Abreu, as hot as can be, his 3rd home run in 24 hours to give the Sox the lead. But then in the 4th, it's a leadoff double, then Simpson tries to steal 3rd, Narvaez tries to pick him off. Oh, it's a throw into the outfield. It's a tie ball game. The next batter, oh, it's a solo home run, then it's a double, then it's an RBI single, then it's another double, but thankfully, Diaz would get greedy, and it'd be play to plate, and it would end. But then the 7th, Watson would come out, and it'd be another solo home run, so the Sox go down by 3 runs. That's a dramatic deficit, but this is a different team. In the bottom of the 7th, it's a leadoff double. Duran reaches off an error. Then Mazza grounds out, but it's okay because a run would score. Then Cedon Rafaela with an RBI double. Oh my god, Willie Abreu back-to-back days with 2 home run games. First player to do that in a Red Sox uniform since Mookie Betts in 2016. The dugout celebrations were literally me watching this game. The call of this was so good too. Shout out OB and Lou, that was so good. I have no words. I'm just gonna put this tweet on the screen right here. You know what I'm thinking. I'm not gonna say it out loud, but you know what I'm thinking. The Red Sox won 13 in a row! 13 straight wins for the Red Sox for the first time since 1948. That is the 2nd longest streak in franchise history. And let's recap this game. So to lead off the 2nd inning, the Rays would have an inside the park home run. A great throw by Romy there, but right under the glove of Wong. So they would take an early lead, but that would not matter because then in the bottom of the 2nd, Durbin leads off with a single. He steals 2nd, reaches 3rd off an error, and then Anju Montecero would bring him home to tie the game up, pushing a single to a double. Oh, you love it. Then in the 3rd, they'd score 3 runs without getting a singular hit. They would load the bases, a run would then score off some chaos, then just putting the ball in play and good things happening, and then a productive out would make it a 3-run 3rd inning. They haven't had an inning where they scored 3 or more runs without getting a singular hit since 2015. It's only the 5th time it has happened in franchise history. Cedon would lead off the 5th with a single, and then Wilson Contreras, he is now 2 home runs away from tying a career high. What a beauty of a home run that was.
Do you think they're cheering because Wilson just hit his 22nd home run of the year? I think so.
I mean, this team, I honestly don't have any words. They've just found their identity and they're just running with it. I mean, the consistency they have been playing offense at is ridiculous. They've been scoring runs. They're not afraid of small ball. I feel like they're hitting a home run at least once a game. I mean, I don't even know what to say. They're 2 games above 500 for the first time all year. They were 14 games under at one point. This month alone, they've gone 11-0 against 3 of the best teams in the American League. I mean, this is only the 6th time in franchise history they've had an 18-2 stretch across 20 games. Last team to do it, oh, it was the 04 Sox. I mean, let's just keep going. I love this. Make that 14 straight wins for only the 2nd time in franchise history, while also ending the Orioles' 7-game win streak. What a team, what a game. Let's recap it. This team likes to come back, okay? They don't like to score first. So, 2 doubles with 2 outs in the 1st inning for the Orioles would give them a 1-0 lead. But per the new usual, that would not matter. It'd be 2 singles to lead off the 2nd. Then Duran would have a sac fly to tie it right up. Then in the 3rd, 2 quick outs, but then Cedon would reach off an error. And you can't let the Sox get extra opportunities. Willie Abreu would go first pitch swinging to give the Sox the lead. Then Wilson Contreras out of a hit. Way too hard for the Orioles to make a play out of it. Make that a 2-run lead for the Sox. Then that lead would be cut down to 1. Solo home run to lead off the 5th. Then in the 6th, the Orioles would have some fun and the Sox to go down by 1, but immediately respond. A leadoff single by Abreu. Then Wilson Contreras would get his 3rd hit of the day to tie the game right back up. Then in the 7th, runners in the corners, and Siegler would fail to make an inning-ending double play, and the Orioles would go up by 1. But this team has each other's back, okay? Leadoff single by Wong immediately after that, and then a 2-out RBI single by Cedon to tie it right back up. Then in the 8th inning, Caleb Durbin, oh my god, he would launch one over the monster to give the Sox the lead. I got full body chills. Chapman would get himself into a little pickle, but Chang to the rescue. This had a 92.3% of being a base hit. On another comeback win. I'm watching these games with the biggest smile on my face with tears of joy in my eyes. I'm just so happy to watch this team, and I used to come out here and I have to crash out every day, and now I just get to watch this team with pure joy and happiness, and it's just like Fenway looks so lit. I need to figure out a way to get through this week. Let's make it 15, please. Boston Red Sox just won their 15th straight game to tie the franchise record. And then after, there was a literal tsunami, and now I'm soaking wet. But that's okay, let's get into this recap. Sox would load the bases with 1 out. Then Caleb Durbin, Minnie Bowser would bring in 2 to make it 2-0 Sox. Then Jaron Duran would have a 2 RBI triple to make it 4-0 after 1 inning of play. But then in the third, a double. Then the sun was not on the side of the Sox. And can we charge that run to the sun? But then the Sox would take that 4-run lead right back. 2 straight singles and an RBI sac by Duran to make it 5-1. And in the fourth, the Orioles would hit a home run. But again, it would not matter because Cedon would continue a 9-game hit streak with his 9th home run of the year. Then the Orioles would score another, but it would not matter again because Slayton would do his job, Whitlock would do his job, Chapman would get another save with another great play by Chang to clinch 15 straight wins, only the 2nd time in franchise history. It's the longest win streak for any team since 2021, the longest American League streak since 2017, and the longest by an AL East team since the division formed in 1969. They also were 20-2 in their last 22 games, which tied a franchise best across that span. The win streak is over, but I can't even be mad. They just went on a 15-game win streak to tie the franchise record for the longest win streak. I mean, this was an historically bad team to start the year. They're putting up numbers this franchise has never seen before because they were so bad. I mean, they just completely turned their season around. They've won 15 out of their last 16 games, 20 out of their last 23. And it's just like, this is an entirely different team. I mean, they found their identity that has been lacking this entire season. As someone who watched all these games this year so far, it's an entirely different team. And the culture, they have a culture that was not there to start the year. There was something that came out that Tracy went to go talk to the guys after the game, and Contreras and Gray were already doing it. That's a culture that was not there to start the year. But let's talk about this game though, because Eduardo Rivera 4 earned runs in the first inning. Just no command at all. He would be optioned back down to Worcester after this game. He had a run score off a wild pitch, and so did Moran. So 2 out of the 5 runs the Orioles had today were off wild pitches. That's fun. The 1 run the Sox had, it was off an RBI single by Massa. But we gotta talk about one pitcher, Brian Bayo. 5 1/3 of shutout ball. Oh my God, like Vila was up across the board. I mean, honestly, it just brings tears of joy to my eyes. He looks like a different pitcher out on that mound, and I love it so much. I know some people don't, but I love it. And yeah, the offense didn't show up at all today, but now there is no more pressure to continue this streak, and it kind of felt like it was hanging on them a little bit to extend this win streak to 16, but now what matters is how they respond in this Blue Jays series, because the Blue Jays have not been playing great baseball, and after the streak being over, we can't go back to how it was, and I don't think they're going to. This feels like an entirely different team. I'm very excited. As long as they keep stacking up series wins the next 2 months, this should be fun. So I hope you enjoyed reliving all of the wins from that amazing win streak. I'm just so proud of this team. Again, I can't wait to see what they do from here. Make sure to follow me on all my socials at Silent Red Sour for all Boston sports content and Boston sports news, at Sports with Sour B for non-Boston sports content and just general sports content as a whole, and then at Sour Off the Sideline for everything but sports, some lifestyle content, shopping, vlogs, all that fun stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.